Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Friday. So today we are going to work on our paper pumpkin for this month. So this month, May, is called Mountain Majesties. And this kind of a masculine kit, which is fine. I'm kind of a flower girl, so I struggle a little bit with masculine like scenes and stuff like that. But I think we can make it work. So I've made a few alternatives, which I will show you. And then I'm going to talk about how I actually set up for making paper pumpkin alternatives. So the kits are awesome, right? You get nine cards and envelopes. The envelopes, you know, there's 3 different styles, which is really nice if you want to cut them apart. There's vellum in here. There's, you know, your spot, your stamp set. You get some tear and tape, a whole roll of tear and tape. You get a whole big pack of dimensionals. So it's a really, really nice kit. The instructions are full color and really easy to follow. So the first thing I do when I am going to start, well, first of all, I have a paper pumpkin day. So the last Sunday of the month after church, at 1 o'clock, I start paper pumpkin day. Anybody who subscribes with me can come, and it's a great time. I have a spot set up for everybody. We share, ideas. You know, I have a paper trimmer set up. I have all my equipment set up. I bring out some retired products, and people can all just make alternatives, or they can just make their kit if they want. It's up to them. So what I usually do is I look at the colors and see what's coordinating. So this one says, you know, black, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Pecan Pine, Petal Pink. So the first thing I do is pull all those stamp pads out. So I pull all the colors out. I will pull out some cardstocks also. I don't really cut everything up. I just pull out some different cardstocks. I will pull out the coordinating dies. So this month is these, right? So this quarter is these, April, May, and June. And then I pull out the other ones too, in case people want to use them. I will pull out some retired products like layering ovals, layering squares, circles, things that people might want to use. And then what's really great is other people bring things to share also. So I had like, this month I had somebody bring, I think it was called Majestic, well, that's the name of the set, but Majestic Mountain. And that was like these dies. I did not have these dies, so she brought these, and so we cut a whole bunch of those out. And I always take the stamp set and I put it in a little folder like this, and then I will mark it, you know, May, when I'm done with it, May, and then I'll put the name of the stamp set, so the name of the kit. So anyway, that's kind of how I get set up, and it makes it easier. I have a lot of blocks. I don't like to use one block and take the stamp off and on, off and on, off and on. As I use them, I just like to leave them on the blocks. You know, there's usually like 8 stamps, so sometimes I will, but anyway, it's just different every month. But anyway, so today I'm going to show you the 4 cards that I've made, and then I'm going to make one today. I have a lot of product left, a lot. Okay, so these are the 4 cards that I made. I did not make any as is yet. So this is the first one, okay? And I use the right words as the sentiment. So this opens, and then, you know, it's a happy birthday card. Super nice for, I mean, this could be for anybody. It's not really masculine. It's an awesome card. Okay, so this one I used Frosted Forest dies. Okay, and then I use some retired punches. These are ovals retired. I love these little birds. And then I use some retired dots. So it's a great way to use up retired product. And then I made this one. I really like this card. So I cut, you know, I hardly ever use the whole card base unless I'm just trying to finish up the kit. So I did cut the card base in half. So I just used the front. I don't know if you can tell, but I used my dies to cut this out. And what dies are those? I never can remember the name of them. Those are not Spotlight on Nature, although I did use Spotlight on Nature. Well, I'll have to think about it. I can't think. But anyway, and then I popped this part up and I laid this flat. Stamped the happy birthday from the kit. And I did use some of those dies. And then on the inside, I used the piece that I cut out. I used that on the inside. And then a piece of envelope. to stamp, to write on. Okay, so, and then I use some retired dots. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one, I like this one too. I got this idea pretty much off Pinterest. I cut up one of the card bases, just the front of the card base, into 3 pieces. Then I did use Spotlight on Nature. Happy Birthday stamped in the spot that they gave us, which is Misty Moonlight. And then this was the piece that they gave us. And then I just used 1 retired dot. Okay, so I have that one. This one I'm not thrilled with, but it's okay. This is a gatefold card. I did make a sympathy card out of it. I used some more of these dies. I think I have these dies, but I couldn't find them in my retired stuff. So she brought, so I cut these out of Petal Pink, and then this inside. So the sentiment is from The Right Words, and it says, I wish I had the right words for a time like this, but just know how much I love and care about you. I just think the sentiments in that set are amazing. So those are the 4 cards that I made. I know in 3 hours I only made 4 cards, but you know, we were talking, we had a good time. I made some scones to share. So we were eating, drinking coffee. What can I say? I wasn't like hustling to make these cards, obviously. Okay, so today I'm going to put the camera down. Less chatting, more stamping. There's a lot of chatting there, right? But less chatting, more stamping. I am going to make an alternative card, and I'm just kind of going to wing it. So I have no idea what it's going to be. Okay, so today, push this back so you can see. Okay, so today I am going to use, see, I have all these pieces that I'm sure you have a lot of things, I hate to call them trash, but a lot of things that you could use, you know, already cut out and things like that. It's a good chance to use up your stuff. So we have this. Somebody commented again, how do you work upside down? I don't know. I've been doing it for so long, guys, that it's just almost second nature to me to do these videos for you. So, okay, so this is a really cool piece, right? You get 3 of these. So I think I'm going to use a piece of this. I haven't used any of it, so I still have 3 of these left. Then I have this vellum, right? So I don't think I'm going to use the vellum, but look at that vellum. It's awesome. I might. Who knows? Okay, so I have all pieces of these left. Oh, and look, I have these pieces too. So you get a lot of vellum. I have a lot of product left, I know. Okay, so I'm going to use this card base, I think. This one. I love this piece. So pretty. So what I think I'm going to do is I got my paper trimmer here. I'm just going to cut this in half. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this in half. And then I'm going to decide, do I want to cut this down a little bit? I think I'm going to put this on eventually. So I'm going to take this out. Okay. So the kit is layering, right? They layer, pop this up. They pop up another piece, but I think I'm going to use this, but I'm going to use it later. So I'm going to use this. What kind of card base? I'm thinking I really like this pecan pie. And for some reason that's speaking to me. So I think I'm going to use a piece of pecan pie. I don't have a piece out, so hold on a second. I'm going to get a piece here. Pecan pie. Do you say pecan or do you say pecan? This is bent a little bit. Maybe. I say pecan. I would say pecan, or however they say it in the South. We say weird things in St. Louis, but that's not one of them. Okay, so this is 5.5 by 8.5. That's cool. All right, so I'm going to fold this in half. So this is going to be my card base, 5.5 by 8.5. Scored, folded at 4 1/4. Okay, so we have that. And then I have this. Now, do I want to layer this? And I'm thinking, yes. So I'm going to cut a little piece of this off. I'm going to make this 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to cut it off the top. Okay. So 4 by 5 1/4 is going to fit on there nicely. Okay. And then I have, what do I have here? I have this piece. And I really like this piece, but I'm thinking I could cut something out of this, but nope. I think I'm going to use this piece. I really like this piece. Okay, so I have that. And then I have this piece, and this is a piece that I just had laying around. So I think I'm going to layer this on top like that. Yep. So we're going to go with that. If you noticed on here, this piece that's behind this sentiment is from this. I'll show you. Okay. So I just use that. It has thank you for being the person you are. Didn't know so much about that sentiment. So I just used that on here, right? And using up some of the product that way. Can't see the sentiment that's behind it that way. Okay, so putting these aside now. Not going to use that, I don't think. No. But I am going to use this. And then I had, well, so I had this piece. See how it's going to work? And then I had this little piece. Okay, so this was another one of these arches, right? So it was one of these. So I think I'm going to use that. It's got a little spot on it, but that's okay. So I'm going to use that. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is glue this down. And I think I'm just going to glue it straight down. I am not going to pop it up. This is your chance to, again, use up some product. Even if you have old, ooh, so sticky. Even if you have old, gosh, everything's sticking to me now. Old adhesives. Paper Pumpkin's a great chance to use up all your old product. Okay, I'm going to put this kind of low, like right here. Okay, and I'll show you why. And then here, so the stamp set is awesome. The stamp set has some really nice sentiments in it. And one of my favorites is Happy Birthday. So what do I do with my stamp set? Oh, here it is. So now they give you this. It tells you, it's easy to see. So I love this Happy Birthday. But I really like this I Love You. And I think this is going to be a great card for my husband. So I'm going to stamp I Love You on this white piece. Okay. And I'm going to stamp that in black. Okay, and it's going to be tucked in like right in a sec. Like right in here. Kind of like that. Let's see, will that fit? No. Gonna have to move it up a little, Trevis. And then I'm going to stamp I Love You on here. Like that. So it's high. But then I'm going to glue this underneath. To hide some of that white. Okay, so I'm just going to flip this under like that. Oh yeah, I love it. Okay, that'll work. I love you like that. Okay. Then I think I'm just going to snip this bottom part off and kind of make that look like an arch. Since I'm going with the arch. So I'm just going to cut this off and alter that. All right, I like that better. Now I can put that on my card and then I can cut this on top. Oh yeah, so I didn't really need to cut that off because it's gonna get hidden anyway, but that's okay. Now I think I am gonna pop this up. I'll use some of these mega dimensionals that they gave us. They gave us a lot of dimensionals. Okay. Before I glue this down, I need to look at that and see, do I want to do anything else? So you can see up here, there's like a little moon. And I'm like, I love that, but it almost needs like to be accented more or something. Okay, so this is going to go here and this is going to go down here like this. Okay, so I'm going to pop this up. And then, of course, I have to pop this up. Okay, so this, yeah, Dimensionals at the bottom. So I don't need dimensionals right here, right? Because I have this. So I'm going to put a little glue right there. And put another dimensional over here real quick. All right, so there we go. Now we have that. So really kind of covered up that moon anyway. So my plan of maybe accenting that moon, I don't need to do. Okay, I'm going to end up trimming this off a little bit. But for now, I am liking this. See, it's hanging over. So I'm going to trim that part off. Oh, that's so cute and simple. But look at it. It's so pretty. Now, I'm going to glue this down. Close this so I don't get my hand in it. Glue this down. Okay. And I think making that pecan pie, for some reason I want to call this this cardstock another name. I keep wanting to call it safari something, but why, I don't know. Pecan pie. I need to get that into my head. So I'm loving that. And I'm trying to think, what else do I need? I think it needs some embellishments. I have a huge amount of retired embellishments. And so they didn't give us any in this kit, and they haven't lately given us a lot of embellishments, which is really strange. They used to give us embellishments all the time, and now they have kind of cut out the embellishments. So I'm like looking in my little tray to see if I have anything. No, I don't. Okay, so let me look at my embellishments. Hang on a second. These are all either retired or retiring soon. So I am going to use them up. I'm dying that I'm dying that these antique pearls are retiring. I couldn't find them anywhere on the online exclusives. But look at these. These antique gold ones are definitely masculine. And you need something masculine. You don't want something all glittery and, right? I'm thinking masculine, so these are going to be it. All right, so we're going to use these. And there's 2 different sizes here. So I'm going to use a large one, a smaller one, and another small one. I will just put right on the tree. Okay, so there's my alternative. Super simple. And then, of course, I need to put something on the inside. So what should I do? Should I cut up a piece of this? Or should I just use a piece of white? Maybe I'll just use a piece of white cardstock and put it on the inside. Yeah, rather than waste some of these gorgeous pieces. So that's what I'll do. I'll just put a piece of white on the inside. So now I have 5 alternatives, and it's super simple, but I like it. And I like it almost as much as that one. This one's hard to beat. Oh, the little embellishment came off. Darn. Where is it? So I'm missing one of these. It must have got caught. So anyway, those are my cards today. I hope you enjoyed Paper Pumpkin. If you're not a subscriber and you're interested in subscribing, please contact me, or, just order it and put me down as your demonstrator, because Paper Pumpkin's awesome. And it's different every month. It's a surprise, but it's a lot of cards, mostly cards. Not every month guaranteed, but mostly cards. So thank you for watching. My name is Trevis Bossler, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in St. Louis, Missouri. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Bye.